Record 8K video on Samsung Note 20 Ultra in Zhiyun.
Hi YouTubers, I'm going to show you how you can capture 8K footage with your Samsung Note 20 Ultra mounted in a Zhiyun Smooth 4 gimbal. You might think straight away, how could this be possible, as the Smooth 4 doesn't allow doesn't use the native camera app of the phone like the Zhiyun Q2, nor is it possible with the third-party app Filmic Pro, as that only allows up to 4K recording. I realize all this, but you can still do it. B, can the Zhiyun Smooth 4 handle a Note 20 Ultra just by itself and with filters because of its weight and the payload capacity of the gimbal? The answer is yes, and I used your Galaxy Note 20 Ultra with a Smooth 4 without any problem. So I'm not going to dwell on that much in this video. So let's just focus or concentrate on the main issue of recording 8K video with the Smooth 4. So first of all, let's spell out what you want to achieve. You want to achieve 8K footage. You want to record 8K footage. You want stabilization. You could do that in the phone itself, but the stabilization provided by a gimbal far exceeds anything else. You want stabilization. You want to pan, zoom, tilt, and even get advanced effects, vertigo effect, to tell a story within a story. And then you want to input sound. You want to start and stop recording, but you can't use the gimbal buttons. So how do you achieve all that? And then, of course, after you recorded all that, you need to edit this 8K video in your phone itself without using a non-linear editor on your desktop like Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro or whatever, because for that you need to use proxies and an advanced workflow, and it may not be within everybody's purview to possess that knowledge. So it is all restricted to 8K video recording on the Smooth 4 itself with the gimbal, and editing it in the phone itself, in the editor app of the phone itself, and then uploading it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Firstly, let's get down to the basics. So here I have assembled the gimbal, I have assembled the phone in the gimbal, and I am going to just activate it. I'm going to, as you can see, it is reasonably balanced. So when I press the power button, the gimbal can record with the video cam, with the camera. So then you go over to the camera app, and straight away, since I've been using 8K footage, I've been recording 8K footage, it goes to the Pro video. You can only record 8K footage in the Pro video mode at 24 frames per second. When you're recording video and you want to put it out, you want to input a good quality sound into it. Now in this arrangement, you can't plug in external mic into it, because the back of the phone is flush with the mounting plate of the gimbal. So you can't insert into the phone. All I have got is these buds. As you can see, these are Samsung's buds. So this is a reasonable sound input. You can't achieve, if you have a Rode Video Micro or some other advanced or some other wireless mic, or if you want to record sound separately, that's up to you entirely. All the gimbal's functions, like the zoom wheel or the focus wheel or the exposure wheel, all that is non-operational. Nor can you use the record function of the gimbal mode. But you still need to bear in mind the essentials. What you want to achieve with the gimbal, you want stabilization, and that is provided by the gimbal, as you can see right now. So if you want to start recording, then you have to switch over to other modes. Right? You can use a voice command like start recording, start video. Okay, use the specific word start video recording. You can't use capture or cheese or anything. Well, that will work for photos but not for recording video. When you want to stop recording, since that is not crucial after the footage has been recorded, you have to use your hand to press the stop button on the phone. So that's it. So you can start and stop recording by voice, or you can also use the S Pen. Since you're using the native camera app, a single click will start recording. Then when you have recorded footage, of course you will save it, and when you save it, it will go into the internal storage of your phone, and from here you will have to edit it. When you have been creative enough and you wanted your recorded footage in all the modes which you wanted to, you plan out. Okay, now here's another tip. Now if you want to record 8K footage with the Note 20 Ultra, this tip is essential to bear in mind. Because you are confining or restricting yourself to recording with the camera itself, and you're not going to use an external editor, you don't have the latitude or the luxury of being able to work in frames, record 8K and edit in proxies and all that. You have to do it entirely on the phone with the 8K editor, and that has got certain limitations. Narrating the limitations, that is, you can't stitch together various clips of 8K video on the phone's 8K video recorder. You can have one straight clip. So for 8 minutes or 10 minutes, depending upon the heating, the pro video mode heats up the phone, so there is an upper limit. You can't record it at any length. You can record short videos, so you have to plan your recording. So therefore you can't take random shots with your gimbal. You can't be moving around, hey, that's interesting, let's go there, or that's interesting, let's go there. You can't do that. So just stick to a subject, narrate your story on the subject by using all the effects, artistic functions possible on the gimbal, and which that is by panning, tilting, zooming in. Zooming in, you have to do it manually by pinching with your thumb and index finger, zooming, and then all that you have to do it on the phone. So what you have to do, you have to plan your footage, and then editing. I've given the tip. So when you plan your recording, editing will become easy. So now in editing, if you want, you can cut out the top, or you can cut out from the beginning or the end. You can't cut out or edit clips in the middle. And then if you want to input sound, you can only input background music. You cannot add a voiceover. So I'm going to show you how you can adjust the sound levels in your clip. So this is the natural clip which I shot. It has got some sound, and that's the background noise. So I want to remove that, and I want to substitute some background music. So I just stop it over there, and then as you can see in the screen recording, I lower the volume of that background noise, and here to the left you have the option of adding a background music. So if I tap on that, I go to the background music options, and it will load up all the options in real time, but it is now a screen recording, it's not happening. So you can add background music of your choice and then upload it in the explanation in the process. So I have recorded a few clips. I have recorded pan and zoom function. I have recorded how to use the front buttons, that is the pan follow mode, the lock mode, and the rear buttons of the gimbal, without going into any of the exposure controls and all that. So when you want to control these parameters in your Note 4 when you're recording outdoor footage, you set everything to auto in Pro Video mode. You set the ISO, frame rate, and the shutter speed, and everything, white balance, everything is on focus, everything is on auto mode. So you don't have to fiddle around with it, and nor can you fiddle around with it, because your entire task is now to just record this footage within the limitations. So everything goes into auto for pro video recording. That's advisable. And then you do your maneuvers with the gimbal, holding the gimbals with both the hands and crouching when you walk without any jerky movements as I am doing right now, or just stepping back like that, or if you can see it from the side, slowly advancing forward and backward, and that's it. So just concentrate, your entire focus will be on the gimbal itself, getting the good stabilization. Of course 8K footage is taking care of itself by the phone, and that's it. With all these tips you will be able to record 8K footage with your Samsung Note 20 Ultra, and also get the desired stabilization with the Zhiyun Smooth 4, which might be in the possession of many of you, later gimbals. Of course there is the Q2 and all that. I don't have one, and you can, in the Zhiyun Q2, you can use the native app, camera app of the phone. That would be an advantage. Hi, today I'm going to show you how you can record professional quality 8K video with the Samsung Note 20 Ultra mounted on a Zhiyun Smooth 4 gimbal. This is on 8K video. And now I'm using the phone follow mode, and all my settings including ISO are in auto. So normally if you were recording in Filmic Pro or some other app, you might have needed to adjust the ISO, exposure and all that. The 8K footage with everything set in auto avoids all that. Now again I'm using the phone follow method, looking up at this tall building and recording. Now I'm going to use the phone go method, which is I can look up and then tilt down and the phone will respond to it. So now I'm looking up, I'm pressing the phone go method, and I've come down to ground level. Looking up, come down to ground level. If I have to switch it to the lock mode, watch it. Now in this clip I'm going to show you how to get the vertigo effect. As you know, vertigo effect is that when you zoom in or zoom out of a near object like this cactus plant here in this clip, the reverse effect takes place to the
objects in the distant background, in this case the two paintings. So since the vertigo effect can't be achieved in this combination of the Note 20 Ultra either manually by turning the zoom knob of the gimbal, nor by setting it electronically in the Zhiyun app, so how is one going to achieve it? So the first thing is that you have to manually go towards the object you want to get the vertigo effect off. So I'm going manually, and you can see that the autofocus of the camera is still working and it is keeping it in focus. You can see the spikes of the cactus. So now let's make this more drastic. So you need a smooth movement like that to go forward and backward. So now we know that the camera is capable in the autofocus mode itself to get the zoom in function. So what do we do now? I will step back a little bit and enlarge this cactus to the maximum possible, zoom in on it, and as I step forward I will zoom out. So I am stepping back from the cactus. I am just zooming in on the cactus, as you can see. This cactus plant is about 4 feet from me, so I should bear that in mind when I advance forward for the vertigo effect. Now I set the focus, it's still in focus, and now I'm going to make my move forward. Just watch the painting on the wall over there, in this case the woman on the balance. So as I walk forward I will be zooming out. So let's repeat it again. So I'm going to go back now. Zoom in on the cactus from a distance of 4 feet. The zoom is well within the normal advice recommended for the pro video mode. As you can see, it is around 3.5. And now I'm going to walk forwards, and as I walk forwards, holding the gimbal, keeping the subject in the center of the screen, you will see that relatively its size won't change in relation to the background objects now. So I'm going to just so the size still remains the same. So this is the vertigo effect. I am doing it one-handedly by just squeezing, touching the screen. So this video will definitely be of use to amateur and professional phone videographers and photographers. If you found this of value, kindly hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel Madras Joint Replacement Center MJRC, and click that bell icon after subscribing so the notification when I upload videos like this in future. See you in the next video.